Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden, a Patreon campaign. Shout out to all of our Patreons. Without their support, everything that we do here would not be possible. Everyone that you see here on the screen is a Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Everything that we do here, one-shots, marathons, are all possible because of all of your patronage. If you're interested in more information on what you can get for being a patron, you can check out the link in chat using !Patreon. We also have a YouTube. You can find this episode and previous episodes of all of our campaigns over there. And there's a link in chat as well. Shout out to Epidemic Sound, royalty-free music at epidemicsound.com. We are also featuring Kevin McLeod, found at incompetech.com. If you would like to interact with this game, there are a couple of ways you can do so. You can hang out, chat, lurk, whatever you like for free, and you will be able to accrue points that can be attributed towards blessings, which are essentially rerolls or advantage die to the player of your choice. Or if you'd like to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. I forgot to grab my cards. They're over there, but I'll grab them in a second. We are going to go around and reintroduce everyone at the table. As you can see, we do not have two of our players tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and shout them out while they're not here. You can check out Melly at Amelia Ikeda at twitter.com. We also have GeekDice, who doesn't have any social media. The two of them are gonna hang out and do some TLC today, but hopefully they'll join us again next time. We're gonna hop on over to Vertigo Cross. Tell me all about you.
I'm Vertigo. I'm a Twitch streamer. I mostly play whatever I'm feeling like at the time. I'm also Stella's best friend.
You are. I don't remember I haven't roleplayed. What? I haven't streamed in so long. I can't remember any of my commands. Yeah, go ahead and talk and tell us about your character.
Today on Rime of the Frostmaiden, I play as Clay, a little Harangon fighter who just wants to, be a good boy, help out everyone around him, and is up for a jolly good adventure. A couple of things happened last time while I was gone.
Yes. We'll get to that in just a moment. We'll pop on over to Schroeder.
Hey everyone, I'm Schroeder. I play Lairnus. We both use they, them pronouns. I'm super excited to get back to playing today. And I am looking to do more of this. So if you know of any casting calls, anything like that, you can send them my way on Twitter. And I'm looking forward to tonight and being together with these awesome people there.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Lairnus?
Sure. Lairnus is a half-elf who is having a little bit of memory problems. Last time it was revealed that they have some sort of curse. What kind? We'll have to wait and find out.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll head on over to Apollyon.
Hi everybody, I am Apollyon. You can find me here every other week, but also you can find me on Start Playing, where I'm a DM, and I have a couple campaigns up and running. You should absolutely check them out. I think I have a couple seats. I would love to have some of you at my table. Outside of that, I played today Holskeg, the Barbarian, who is known for his antics, we'll say. Septic cantrips. That's who we're on this.
Oh my god. Thank you so much. You can find his Start Playing link there in the chat. Definitely go have a look. If you want to play TTRPGs, it's just one click away. You too can be in a game. Ooh. We'll pop on over to Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. One of those three names you like to call me. I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, so that's up to your own discretion. Today I play Bam Nash, who is a wizard boy, who is kind of, trying to find his way around here. He's not from this area, trying to get acclimated to the weather. Given how well he dresses and how much fur he has on his body, it's not as cold as it probably is for some others, but is what it is.
You're number 2 in the party of having the most fur on your body.
Hooray! I think someone else has Ulfer, so that
You
that
could
works.
be number one. We have to tell the sizes.
Oh, are we? So we're considering not like a by percentage. We're considering like by
Cumulative fur.
cubic feet or something.
I probably have more fur.
That's
in my chest,
terrifying.
Yes.
Wow.
But either way, if you want to and be so kind to, go and follow me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. If you go there, there'll be a pinned tweet there with a little business card made by the lovely Lady May. I do audio editing, video editing, and Twitch clipping. If that's something you or anybody else would like to be would like me to be hired for, I'm available. I'm hired. Also, one other shout out because I remember to wear it. I have a wizard shirt. This wonderful, wonderful wizard shirt, which I'm gonna hold if I can do this quick enough. Nope, I can't, but that's okay. Boom, there we go. Our friend Dungeon Dame makes awesome D&D shirts. I just put the link in there to their Instagram where you can find all of their cool stuff. More cool stuff, I believe, is coming out pretty soon. But yeah, so they got Wizard, they've got I believe Ranger and a couple others in there. So it's really, really fun. Go grab yourself an awesome D&D shirt for your awesome D&Ding or TTRPGing or anything you do.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is going to be an interesting one. So I have on my desk the deck of many things. Oh, also, Schroeder, thank you so much for the $5. There is a nat 20 for Clay, so go ahead and add that to your hoard. You can use your nat 20 at any time, even after you roll. It's fine. It's no big deal. Essentially, what that will do is that'll guarantee a critical hit during battle or give you an automatic success during a challenge. Yeah, so funny. Basically, a little insight into my IRL life. I had to do some reprioritization of diet related stuff, so I just have a banana on my desk, and it's just very odd that I have on my desk a deck of
It's emergency banana.
It really is. It really is. I just needed everyone to know that.
Okay.
They are yummy.
Yes. All right.
Bananas are great.
They are. We will do a little recap. Essentially, in a nutshell, what happened last session is we had part of the party investigate who you believe to be Septic Caltro. Sepec Caltro. You continued a bit of investigation, and you were able to find a flyer that gave you more or less a trail in which that they would be traversing here among 10 towns. So with the confidence that you'll be able to find Sepec Caltro in the future, knowing exactly what lurking path they're going to take, the party made their way to rejoin the others. And after a series of miraculous survival rolls from Emmeline, y'all were able to catch up in very quick time.
Mm-hmm.
We had a few heartfelt moments on the outside of what seemed to be cave entrances. We had a bit of a crossroads where part of the party wanted to go investigate the caves to see if there were people that needed help there. But also we addressed the issue at hand. We are here on a mission, and we were asked to go save someone. You are currently seeking out Garrett, who is the partner of, what's their name? Keegan, a person that has gone missing at Kelvin's Cairn. You know that they are a guide, and you know that their trusted companion, Boy, the husky, had broken free and signaled for help, and that's how you came upon this quest to begin with. So the party torn eventually did decide that you should move on, and it was there that the other part of the party met Pinecone, the awakened green moose, and gained a little bit of insight there. We open up today's session at the base of Kelvin's Cairn. Frost whips around you. The cold wind bites at your skin, your fur, and it causes you to shiver, even if you are predisposed to the weather, to the elements. Maybe you are able to withstand most of it, but there's no denying this is one of the coldest places that you've been so far. You are currently at the base camp, and it is here that you found a number of tents that were pitched in the snow. There was an overturned sled and several dogs, 5 of them, howling for help. There was a supply crate that was broken. Very clearly, it has been sustaining the dogs. They have been eating the supplies that have come out of it. And there's another intact crate nearby. And it is here that for today's session, since they're not here, that Aeolus and Emmeline will agree to look after the dogs, to look after your cart, to look after Blueberry, and to look after Marble, if the rest of you want to continue up the path. We'll say that Emmeline has shown you which direction you need to go, and has more or less given you confidence that you'll be able to climb it, no problem. What would the 4 of you like to do now?
I think first off, Clay would like to check the other unopened supply crate before they start moving out.
Okay. Yeah, how do you open this? Do you have a crowbar? It is going to be a nailed shut wooden container.
Clay's going to try to leverage his short sword, just kind of like jam it in there and pop it open.
Okay, very good. You do so, and as you do it, you see that more of the same comes spilling out. There are rations, there are climbing supplies.
So then they definitely won't be short of food while we're gone.
Excellent. Absolutely.
So, Clay will gather up some of the extra climbing supplies like the pittons and the rope, just in case.
Okay. You can go ahead and add 20 pitons and 50 feet of rope to your inventory. As you're looking up at the path, you can definitely get the sense that traveling 1 by 1 single file is probably the best way. You could push to be 2 by 2, but some paths look narrow.
I think Clay would offer to lead the way.
Okay. And if it does make a difference, sorry to interrupt you, Boy, the husky dog, does seem to be eager to go with you. Go ahead, Learnus.
At Clay going first, Learnus would absolutely right behind them. They would want to be second, right behind.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It is, we'll say, about 10 a.m.
Okay. We do not currently need any source of light.
No, the weather currently is cold. It's not beaming sunlight. There is a whipping wind that does obscure some of the light, but it's definitely bright enough that you don't need anything. It's also not bright enough to make you warm.
Damn.
I think that's about everything we need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kolskeg, as you are pulling up in the rear, you can see that Aeolus, Emmeline, the cart, all your supplies are here, and your companions are beginning to climb up. Is there anything that you want to do?
Well, I was petting the puppies, so I think I'll...
Oh yeah,
give them
there's
all,
like a throng of puppies. There are literally 5 dogs just jumping on you and giving you kisses.
Hey, Kolskeg will give each of them a kiss on the nose, and pats on the heads, and then he'll like start kind of trying to make his way up to catch up with the rest of the group. Like, hey, wait for me.
You are
No.
very confident that every single one of those dogs are in love with you.
Excellent, because I'm in love with them too. So that's perfect.
You had to say goodbye to the puppies. It's understandable.
I also agree. It's fine.
All right. You begin to climb. Is this the first time that some of you have ever climbed Frosty Mountains? What's going on through your mind?
Definitely a frosty mountain. Learness has been all around northern Faerun, or at least a good part of it, so they've experienced much terrain, many different types, but definitely not a mountain like this.
Okay.
Clay's never gone full mountaineering, but he has done a lot of like dangerous climbs, like rain or mud and all that.
Okay.
I think kind of sort of the same. I don't think Bam has done much. He's probably climbed a couple times, but nothing like this bitter cold. I think that this whole bitter cold is starting to set. Like you said, he's not as cold probably as some others are, but like it's still cold. Like, so I don't think he's ever like climbed up like this much snow-filled rocks, stuff like that.
Okay. Learness, as you are probably the most experienced out of the group here, you will know that avalanches are a thing, especially in a snowy climate. You know that avalanches essentially will bring down a thick sheet of snow that sometimes are extremely difficult to climb out of and can be extremely dangerous and move at extreme speeds. So it is something to be on the lookout for and something to be prepared for as you're climbing up.
Everyone, you might realize, but just in case, try not to be too loud. Try not to move too close to the edges. There could be an avalanche.
Okay. When you mean too loud, do you mean our normal talking voices or something smaller?
Shouting. Anything of a volume that would reverberate.
Okay. Well.
For instance, if we happen to come across any ne'er-do-wells and the sound of battle was loud, but
so I haven't done much climbing before in these snowy hills of when you say an avalanche, my thought in that would be something of like something coming crashing down. So should I take the thought of the snow being the?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Depending on how long the snow has been sitting, there could be some surprises in it as well, but mostly snow.
I've been in plenty of caves where I found what you could say surprises, where things try to fall on your head. So
let's avoid that.
I agree.
We'll say that about an hour passes and the group of you are crawling your way up the slope here. The wind is howling all around you, blowing snow in your faces, and slippery ice makes this difficult and treacherous. Clay, as you are at the forefront, can I get a perception check from you?
Okay. Looks like an 8.
Okay. With an 8, it's really hard for you to see or hear anything, especially being so small. It is very difficult for you to see ahead. Perhaps you even feel it's to the point where it might be dangerous for you to lead because you just can't see anything.
I think as they go along, like Clay just gets shorter and shorter because the snow is now rising higher until he's like waist deep with all the snow.
Yeah, we didn't bring. We just brought ourselves, right?
Yeah, the only other being with you is Boy, the dog.
Okay.
Is Boy trying to keep up with us, or is Boy trying to like push ahead?
Boy's trying to push ahead. I'll say that up until now, Boy has more or less kept stride with you, Clay, and now Boy is starting to push in front of you.
Does Boy have a collar or anything like that?
Boy did have a collar, yeah.
Did?
Does.
Or done? Okay. Clay's gonna try to take a bit of the rope and make a makeshift leash to give to Learnus. Just tying it around the collar and giving the other end to Learnus.
Oh. Where did you find this, Clay?
Well, it was in the crate back there.
Good thinking. Should the worst happen, I'll be sure to scoop him up.
Okay, yeah, so you gain control of Boy here. Learnus, let me get you to roll me a perception check as well.
Oh, I thought you were going to say animal handling. I was like, oh.
And animal handling.
Ah! That didn't go very well.
And acrobatics.
I'm definitely not going to do well on that. Okay, so perception and animal handling?
Yes, please.
That will be for perception.
Okay, that's an 11.
And animal handling. And for animal handling.
Okay, and a 14 for animal handling. Yeah, you can handle Boy just fine. Boy is a bit bigger and bulkier, a working dog, so Clay would have definitely had problems trying to keep a rein on him, just naturally being smaller in stature. But you're able to wrangle him just fine. With the 11 perception, you are able to see in the nearby distance, maybe about 60 feet away, there are 4 shapes up ahead. And they look like this. You can see that they are furred creatures and they move on their hind legs.
New friends.
Yes. What could be?
They seem to be rummaging in the snow in search of food or something.
Nope.
Since I'm from here, would I recognize these?
Oh yeah, they're just mountain goats.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing
it's
mysterious
goats.
These
about them.
eldritch beings.
Yeah.
They're just goats.
Oh, the goats.
Yes. Oh well. They seem friendly enough. I guess should we try to move around them or?
I reckon it's a good sign. Probably means the land over there is pretty stable.
Full
True.
Skeg immediately just goes bah.
How
Trying
loud?
to speak goat to them.
Okay.
How loud? Because they're pretty far away.
Well, they're 60 feet away, so it's not too far away. It would basically be raising your voice, yes, but it wouldn't be like shouting at the top of your lungs.
Just screaming bah.
Bah.
Okay, make an animal handling check, Kolskig.
Okay. Let's see how he does. First roll of the day.
First roll,
Terribly.
let's go. 7.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Let's go.
So you all see all 4 of the mountain goats whip their heads towards the direction of the group of you, and they each begin to bleat very loudly back at you in return. They stand somewhat staunchly, standing their ground, but they don't seem to be aggressive or scared. They seem somewhat indifferent, but they definitely know you're there now.
They are. They say hello. I'm fluent in goat.
All right. Well, they don't seem to be coming after us, so I'll at least take the. I'll at least say they don't wish us harm. So I'll at least go there.
Clay will try to waddle their way through the snow towards the goats.
Okay. Yeah, you close the distance no problem up to the goats, and we'll say that they're about 20 feet away from you now. And they just continue to bleat loudly at the group of you. You can hear the crack of ice somewhere far away.
Oh.
May not be a good idea.
Clay's gonna slowly reach into their pack and try and pull out some dried fruits and berries and hold it out to the mountain goats.
As soon as you pull out food, you all see all 4 of them immediately start to hop their way down various rocks, and they're definitely making their way towards you now.
Clay's going to hold their ground but stay kind of low.
And if
Sure, this will be fine.
no one does anything, the goats will more or less begin to push up against Clay, and they're trying to eat the food out of your hand. With
Trying to eat Clay.
Surprise twist! Carnivorous mountain goats. No. Yeah, they are being quite rough, actually. Let me get a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Is that a fail?
Yes.
Then I can do this.
Lucky footwork. When you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction to roll a d4 and add it to the save, potentially turning a failure into a success. You can't use this reaction if you're prone or your speed is 0. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a 1d4.
Heck yeah.
That
Does one fix it?
No, an 8 does not fix it. So what you see here is the 4 mountain goats begin to swarm you, and they push you down, and you fall onto the flat of your back. You don't take any damage, but you are prone now as their mouths begin to probe the different pockets in your backpack, and they're trying to get into your stuff to eat.
Being assaulted.
You are being literally assaulted by 4 mountain goats here. In the most, invasive, but, not harmful way.
Need a hand there, Clay?
Help!
Seems like you've made some new friends there.
Skeg, I would move forward and kind of, try to shoo the goats away. Just, looking big and chewing at them, go on, get.
Oh, okay, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check here.
Great at those. I rolled a 16.
Okay. With a 16, yeah, absolutely. You begin to scare them away. Let's see. You only scare 1 away, unfortunately. One of them begins to clop back up the side of the mountain with some berries in its mouth. The other 3 continue to assault Clay.
I think Bam is gonna try and reach in and grab maybe one of Clay's arms, legs, whatever, and just hoist him out of the situation.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
Athletics.
Fell down the mountain.
Where is just straight athletics?
Athletics, yes.
Athletics. Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. There we go. Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, a 17. Very good. Yeah, you absolutely managed to just yoink Clay and hold them up above the goats. The goats seem to find that they don't want to fight for their food here, and they more or less just swarm around you now, Bam, but they're just hanging out. Maybe waiting for you to put Clay down.
Just a snack bag to them.
I'll just move. I guess I'll just take Clay and I'll just kind of. I'll take him away, I guess, and try to move us a little further back, and then probably set Clay back down.
Okay.
To,
do you want to move
body block
down the mountain or up the mountain?
If there's a way to move up the mountain with him, yeah.
Okay.
We'll
yeah, absolutely
further.
No problem. So you just kind of move ahead.
Yep.
And you see the mountain goats just wander from your side, and they begin to wander towards Kolskeg now.
Kolskeg now has new friends.
Even
and
more.
he pets the goats as he continues to try to like walk and keep up with everyone.
You can see their ears doing the rotating flicking thing, and they blink at you slowly, but they don't seem to be that interested in you petting them. And eventually, they follow you for a few steps, and then they leave.
Kolskeg like waves goodbye and then just like tries to keep up with everyone else.
Was Boy interested in them, or is he just trying to get up this mountain as quick as possible?
Boy definitely seems to know what goats are and sniffs them as Clay is being assaulted, but once they kind of wander away, you see Boy is continuing up the slope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Further up we go, I guess. Also, probably shouldn't try to feed a whole horde of animals there, Clay.
Well, they were making quite a lot of noise.
I mean, that's true, I guess.
I don't think I'm a big fan of goats anymore.
Well, I don't blame you.
They did quite a cost.
All right. As the group of you continue up the mountain here, leaving the goats behind, you hear another crack in the ice up ahead, a lot closer this time.
I'm gonna
Stay
roll
alert on that
survival
one.
to see if I understand what that is.
Okay.
Please be smart.
Go for it.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. You know that sometimes with weather, snow and ice just kind of settles. It's really hard to tell when an avalanche is coming. But usually they start with the sound of ice cracking and snow shifting.
Can I also make a roll, or will it basically be the kind of the same info?
You can roll, that's fine. If you want to, okay, 22?
Yeah. I've got advantage, that's why I asked.
Yeah, so as you are kind of looking, it's the same information as well. Like, it's kind of a hit or miss. It's impossible to really tell. But you can see, looking up from your specific angle, that there is a big sheet of snow just kind of looming above you.
I don't really like that.
Maybe we should hurry up a bit.
Yeah, I think so.
If Boy is copacetic with it, I am going to pick him up and move through the rest of the ice sheet above us.
Mm-hmm.
So that if the worst should happen, I already have Boy secured and there's no scrambling to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy is like butter in your hand, just kind of melts into your grip there. And the group of you begin to pick up pace, and you're trying to hurry past this sheet of snow that is looming over you. Can I get athletics checks from everybody?
Yay.
I can actually do this. Maybe.
That's a 7 from Clay.
Have not rolled
Rolled
above a
22.
10.
A 22 from
Oh,
Kolskeg, an 8 from Bam, a 19 from Lyranus. Okay, so
Wait,
yeah. Okay. So here, as the group of you are trying to rush forward, it does scramble the order here a little bit as Learnit. Oh, let's see. Learnus goes forward. Kolskeg goes forward. We have Clay in the back and Bam second to last. So as the group of you are pushing forward here, you see a sheet of snow begin to rush down towards you. I need a dexterity saving throw from Clay and from Bam. Learnus and Kolskeg, you seem to be in safety. You seem to be all right for now, but as you're looking up, you can see that this snow is moving at enormous speeds. 300 feet every 6 seconds, almost.
If
Man, if only I had
that's the
advantage.
Kolskeg would.
Oh wait, I still get my 1d4, baby.
Yep. God damn it.
I still get my 1, baby.
Kolskeg could see it coming, he would absolutely probably like turn around and try to make it back to help them.
Okay. You can do a roll here. You can do another athletics check, or you can do a sleight of hand, up to you.
We'll do athletics.
Okay.
Is there any
course,
sort of like
of course.
rocky
14
outcropping near us?
Yeah, you can see that there are clusters of jagged rocks that are all around you.
I think Clay would be trying to make their way to the outcroppings to sort of take shelter under.
Okay. You do know that this is probably going to be risky, but it is definitely something you can do.
They're all being stuck back in the snow and not catching up. They're sort of panicking and trying to find cover.
The group of you see Clay reacting by bouncing down the mountain. Kolskeg, you're able to grab Bam and pull them out of the way as all four of you see a thunderous roar of... you hear a thunderous roar as snow comes crashing down, washing away the path that you just had been on. You see that the snow comes down in such a thick sheet that it's almost blinding. It's whipping at your face. It's cold. It hurts. And by the time it finally settles, you cannot see Clay. Clay, you make yourself as small as you can, using this rock at your back as a makeshift shelter. And as you do, you can't hear anything. All you see is white as it just comes whipping past you. Let me get a roll from you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You feel shaken, but not frightened. This is something that could have easily just buried you completely in the snow. You see all around you that there is just a wall of snow almost in a circle, and you're pretty sure that your friends are going to have an extremely hard time trying to find you. So before we resolve that, we'll pan back over to Learnus, Kolskeg, and Bam. You look in the direction where Clay had gone. You don't see Clay at all. You just see snow. What do you do?
Clay?
Learnus would immediately say, "So one of you, please take boy, please."
I got him.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to use one of my natural 20s that I have.
Okay, very good. Is there anything special that you want to do here while you're using that to flavor it?
I am looking, I know that Clay's fur color is white, so noticing that's not going to be something really easy. Instead, what I'm trying to do is catch sight of some of his clothes or the pot helmet that he wears. Anything that would kind of like glint and stand out against the white of where he was last at, like where we saw him bounce down towards.
Okay. It's really hard to tell. The snow pile is taller than you. You figure that you're going to have to climb up the mountain a little more for a vantage point. So we'll say that you immediately begin to move up, and you will spot Clay here in a moment. But as you're doing that, Clay, how do you feel? What's going on through your mind as you're just completely surrounded in this wall of snow that you probably can't dig yourself out of?
Clay closes their eyes and kind of huddles up into a ball for a bit, just trying to take deep breaths at first to try to calm themselves down.
Okay. As you're trying to calm yourself down.
Oh no, please not like a void card or something.
As you're trying to calm yourself down, you're not freaking out, you're not panicking, but you don't feel great. This is dreadful. Enough that you lose something. You have drawn the Fool card. You must choose something to let go of. It can be an item, it can be something less physical, it could be a memory, a bond, maybe even something memorable, like a token of your past got washed away in the snow.
I think Clay lost the tracking lantern in the avalanche.
Oh, okay. I like that a lot.
Just
I
to
think
check
they go to reach for their pack, hoping to light the lantern to help them out, and find that it's gone with that portion of the pack just ripped off.
Okay, I love that you also look in your pack. I've been waiting.
Oh no! What else was stolen from
Hold
me?
on.
What did the goats do?
Hold on. You have so many cards. Okay. You find in your bag that through these series of events, you have lost more than one thing.
Oh, crap.
You have also drawn the Talons card. This breaks a magical item that you have. It is no longer magical.
The only magic item I had was the lantern.
Okay, so the lantern's now broken.
Wherever they find it, it's
no.
also broken.
Yes.
Oh no.
And you have also drawn the Ruin card, which means that you lose a non-magical item that is either important to you or important to the plot. It could even be food if you like. But whether it was the avalanche or the goats getting into your backpack, you lose something else here.
I think when the avalanche was happening, Clay pulled out their short sword and like stuck it into the ground to try to keep themselves in place. And I think when they try to pull it out, they find that it's snapped in half.
Okay, fantastic. You find a number of your resources gone now. How does Clay respond to this?
Clay is pretty distraught. They find that a lot of what they had is now diminished and gone. The short sword meant a lot to them, having been something passed down from his father. But he's still alive, and despite all odds, he isn't injured.
Okay. And it is about now, as Clay, right after you look through your bag and you find these things broken and missing, that Kolskeg, you manage to come up onto a plateau high enough that you can see exactly where Clay is. Clay is in the shadow of this rocky outcropping.
Kolskeg's like kind of... And when he spots him, he would point down to the rest of the group and just shout out, He's over there! I can see him!
Let's go get him.
Lernus would already be somewhat close to where that is, because they would have as soon as they gave Boy to Bam, they would have immediately dashed to where they last saw Clay. So, yeah.
All right. Lernus, let me get a strength or survival check from you. Sorry, athletics or survival.
All right, I will go with
11. You begin to push your way through the snow, scooping some of it out, trying to make a path. Bam and Kolskeg, are you also following down? Are one of you going to stay back? What's happening?
I'll probably stay back because I got a hold of Boy, and I really don't want to lose Boy.
Okay. Kolskeg.
Well, for the time being, I can, let's see, is there, like, right near us, is there, like, a spot I could possibly tie Boy to?
Unfortunately not. But you do see that Learnus is really close to Clay.
Okay. Alright, do you think you have it, or do you need my help?
I think I almost have him. Clay!
And you can hear Learnus's voice.
Clay pulls one of the few things that isn't broken out of their pack and pulls out their small shovel and starts trying to dig their way towards the sound of the voice.
Okay. Yeah, there is a point where both ends of the digging meet, and you are finally reunited.
If Clay is all right with it, Learnus would immediately pick them up and hug them very, very closely.
Clay definitely was also trying to hug you and is definitely crying.
Oh.
You scared me to death. Don't ever do that again. Thought I lost you.
I didn't mean to.
I know you were.
It was all so loud.
I know you were trying to do what you thought was right. Ask me for help next time, please. And then Learnus would put him down.
Clay's pretty quiet after that.
Kolskeg, you see Learnus and Clay hug, embrace, and then let each other go as you are digging your way through the snow here as well, securing a path back up.
Yeah, just kind of like pushing snow and trying to pack it to like create like a little makeshift like path. I wouldn't get close enough to like overhear their conversations just because, you know, privacy, whatever. But I would try to like make sure that they can make their way back up to the main area relatively easily.
Oh yeah, because digging a way down doesn't automatically mean that you have a way to make your way back up through the snow. But with Kolskeg's effort here, you are able to make a path. And the three of you rejoin Bam and Boy back up on this sturdy plateau.
Everyone all right?
Yes, I think we will be.
Not hurt, at least.
Well, that's good. That's the most important.
Everything do you have everything accounted for, Clay?
Yeah. Did you you didn't lose anything, did you?
Clay goes quiet at that for a bit before unsheathing their sword that now has this jagged edge to it.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
I'm sorry.
And that lantern she gave me, that magic one, also gone.
The one that tracked the Chewingas.
He nods.
Well,
It's probably in the snow somewhere. We could always go digging for it when we come back, I guess.
yes. Not right now.
No. And then Bam will kind of dig through sort of his bag and pull out a hand axe. And he'll go, I usually have this on me for emergencies, but considering I usually use magic anyway to defend myself, you can go ahead and borrow my hand axe, and he'll hand it over to Clay.
How big is this hand axe?
It's a one-handed axe, so it's just a standard hand axe.
Yeah, I was gonna say just a standard axe you probably throw.
It's not like a battle axe or anything like that.
Yeah.
But is it like a one-handed hand axe for Bam?
It's a normal size. So it's probably a little small for Bam, but like
Okay.
it's
Would
what
it
he
be a-
has. It's all that Bam can offer.
I think the
Like,
question is, would it be like a two-handed battle axe for Clay?
I guess, yeah.
Clay grips it with both hands, still trembling a bit, and nods slowly.
Maybe Kolska can give you some lessons.
Yeah. It's the best I have for you, my friend. I'm sorry, but I don't want you to go unprotected either. If we bump into anything bad up here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, friend.
With
All right.
with the
Oh,
four
go
of you gathered here together, who wants to go in the front?
Well, I suppose I can. I guess I still have Boy, and I'll just put down in the midst of all of this, grabbing out the bag and everything else. I'll say that I put Boy down, so he's not still,
Yeah.
up. So I'll just follow Boy, as he's probably at this point started to move forward again.
Okay. We'll say that about 2.5 hours have passed now. You're creeping up on 3 on the mountain here. As you begin to push forward, you reach a steep, snow-covered incline dotted with jagged rocks. Lying face down in the snow, barely conscious, is a humanoid in blood-stained cold weather clothing.
Lyranus would not very loudly, but raising their voice a bit, say, "Garrett."
I would move forward immediately and not be concerned with any form of danger, because clearly this is not a dangerous situation and this person just needs help.
Okay. You call out Lyranus, and there is no response. Bam, you can see that Boy immediately pushes forward. Kolskeg and Boy meet up with this person at the same time. And as you probably flip over this face-down person, Kolskeg, you can see that they are a rugged, bearded human in their prime. He looks tiredly up at you. You can see that he's still alive, but he's very, very hurt. And he's very, very cold. And you see Boy's tail wagging enthusiastically. Boy begins licking his face. And he begins whining. He clearly recognizes this person.
Kolskeg would look at Boy and then look at the person and be like, "Is this him?" But in his best attempt at speaking dog. So he just like barks.
Boy just begins whining and licking and just jumping around in circles, extremely excited. As the group of you are kind of closing distance around this person, you can see that they have weapons and they have a climber's kit with them, but it seems that they've lost all of their other equipment. There's no food, no shelter.
You said they were covered in blood, right?
Yes, bloodstained.
Is there a trail of blood anywhere, or blood on any of the outcroppings?
It looks like there is a trail that is very hard to see because it's actively snowing. It's clear that this person came from further up on the mountain. They're trying to make their way down, but they collapsed here in the snow. The blood is definitely coming from them. There's a visible wound on them.
Did we know if there were supposed to be more people up here?
You were told by Keegan that Garrett was working, and that since Garrett is a guide, it's probably very likely there's other people.
Would it?
Does, I would know this person's name, right?
Garrett, yes.
Okay. Is your name Gary?
I'm so cold.
If I don't know if it would be the bedroll or in the mess kit or whatever, but Learnus would immediately take out a blanket or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Any extra winter clothing they have, whatever it might be, and start immediately wrapping Garrett in it. And as he's doing this, say, "I'm glad we found you. We were sent here by Garrett. Boy led us to you. The rest of your dogs seem to be all right."
Keegan sent you?
Yes.
Oh. You see that he very eagerly takes the offered layer of warmth and wraps it around themselves. Clay, it sounds like that you were looking around, trying to get a surveying of the area. Let me get a perception or investigation check from you.
Okay. 18.
18. You're kind of looking around, trying to piece together, is this person alone? Is there any evidence that there's other people around? You don't see any of that, but you do see two shapes moving very subtly along the snow. Two very large shapes.
Clay is gonna back up slowly and sort of pull at Learnus' sleeve.
What is it, Clay?
We're not alone.
He would, if like Clay made any sort of gesture toward where the creatures are, Learnus would look over and try to ascertain what they are.
Yeah, as Clay points them out, the two of you can see there are two crag cats about 20 feet away from the party. They seem to be slinking, trying to sneak up on you.
Learnus would immediately take the shield from their back and draw their longsword and look down at Clay and say, "Be ready to use that axe. I don't think we're going to make friends with these."
Clay looks back at Garrett. Where is he obviously wounded? Like, can we clearly see where it is?
Yeah, he has a rake of talons across his chest. So you can tell he got messed up by something big.
I think I know what did that to him. Clay is going to fall back to Garrett and make sure Kolskeg knows what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see that Garrett is starting to warm up and consciousness seems to be coming back to him. As you do, the group of you huddle together and you see that these cats are slowly slinking forward. It's quite obvious that you've seen them, so they are no longer trying to be subtle about it and stealthing. They are these heavy-set creatures. You see that they have these shaggy manes and thick fur that makes them almost blend seamlessly into the snow. You can tell that they are very hungry and they want to eat the bloody thing behind you. I think this will be a good place for us to take a quick break before we start possible combat.
Mm-hmm.
So please join. Yeah. So please join us in taking a little break, grab a drink or grab a snack, do a little stretchy, and we'll be back here very soon. Be right back, everybody. V, you get 2 cards from the deck of many things. Woo!
We love cards.
Thank you.
We love supporting Stella.
I can buy more emergency bananas
More
now.
bananas.
Yeah.
More
Yay!
emergency bananas.
Thank you for letting me grocery shop. Your reward
All right.
is drama.
Yay!
All right, it's
So-
only fair. Zombie, pick the 2 cards for me.
Oh.
I mean, if you want me to, I can.
I like this.
I think V should have that one,
Okay.
and V should have that one.
Vito, do the next one.
No.
Oh no, you wanted to keep the one that he picked for you.
Hey!
You're welcome. See,
Sabotaged myself. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, you did.
Maximum chaos.
You're welcome, V. I helped you.
One of
I
them
know,
is
that's why I
very
do
good
it.
and one of them's very bad.
Nice.
Hell
I
yeah.
love that balance. I love that balance.
It's 5
Yeah,
more
pattern
ruin cards.
destroyed.
Stella's actually got a deck of ruin.
It's a deck of ruin.
Deck of
Chaos.
Ruin.
Chaos is the
Deck of
Vertigo
many
Croft
ruin.
brand.
Alright, so let's all go die to big cats.
We.
Yeah, about that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time for the words?
I need to drag them out onto the thing.
Is it time for the most threatening words in any TTRPG?
Please select your tokens and roll for initiative.
You see, I don't think select your tokens is that bad of a phrase.
Roll for initiative is, though.
I know.
Alright,
That's
so it'll be
intimidating.
+2. So my initiative is 20.
Okay.
I go fast, though.
Go fast.
All right. Let me make sure this is on the overlay. Sorry. One sec.
A little lower than I wanted.
Yeah, that's not great, but there's always a chance that the crag cats roll a 1, right?
Not the crab cats.
Not the crab.
The crab cats roll
Oh,
a... Oh, let me make sure this is
Ba-ba-ba.
set to not whisper.
21.
Jesus Christ.
They
V.
crit. That's so funny.
B,
God, I
two
love
numbers.
manifesting things.
You're off by 2 numbers.
What level are you guys again? Hold on.
I'm 2.
Oh,
Everyone
y'all will
except
be
Polly is
fine. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
We're all 2. It's fine. Yeah. We'll
All
be
right.
fine. We'll
So
die, it'll be cool.
obviously, not to scale, but they will be 20 feet away from you
They're
guys.
not the size of the mountain?
We're just doing a little bit of theater of the mind here. Okay.
Theater of the-
Okay. They are 20 feet away from you. And they go first. And they can, they have a
And they
speed
can
of
go
40.
20 feet.
They have a speed of 40 and a climb of 30. All right, I'm gonna need to roll 1d4. All right, the first
As
one.
far as positioning, Clay is in front of Garrett.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna say that one of them has a blood-stained maw, the one on the left, and then the one with the blue dot has blue eyes, just to differentiate. The one with the blood completely soaked throughout its fur is going to lunge forward and try to, it's going to lunge forward and use its pounce attack. When it moves at least 20 feet in a straight line towards a creature and it hits with a claw attack. Okay, I gotta do my claw. So it pounces.
What a coincidental amount of distance.
Oh. So it's gonna come forward, pouncing, and try to claw Learnus. Does an 11 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, so you see it pounce forward and it misses. This massive furry body snarls aggressively at you. You can tell that this is a starved creature and it wants nothing more than to pry your armor off and get to your juicy insides. It misses, swiping a bunch of snow up into the air. The next...
Learnus would have parried the pounce away with their shield.
I love it.
And say to everyone, these are especially fast. Be on your guard.
The next one also pounces forward. And will try to claw at you. Does a 22 hit you?
No. It does.
Alright, you take 4 slashing damage as the blue-eyed crag cat lunges forward and claws, rending deep rents into your armor, drawing
How
4...
far apart is everyone?
I would like to assume that y'all were pretty clustered together. You can move yourselves if you feel like
So
you would have been
then-
somewhere else.
I can use my reaction to reduce the damage he takes from that by 1d10 plus 2.
Oh, wow.
Interception.
Can you read it?
Yes. Interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus to a minimum of 0 damage. Must be wielding a shield or a simple martial weapon.
Okay. Roll me 1d10 plus your proficiency. Wow. What the fuck?
So Clay just sort of like full body pushes the buckler on its side and shoves the cat out of the way of Lyranus.
Okay, Lyranus, you do not take that 4 slashing damage. It is reduced to 0.
Damn.
But it did successfully hit you with the claw attack. So can I please get a DC 13 strength saving throw from Lyranus, or you will be knocked prone.
Would that be a that would be rolling a d20 with my strength saving throw bonus?
Yes. I love having people read their abilities out loud, because then I can eat my emergency banana.
It gives you the time.
Okay, a 21, absolutely. You managed to save, so I like to imagine that at the same time, the body weight of the crag cat comes crashing down onto you, but you manage to steel yourself, and with Clay's effort here, you're able to take no damage, and that's going to be their turn. Clay, it's now your turn. Please be as detailed and as you like.
All right. Clay isn't really the type for fighting animals, so he's going to instead pull one of the torches he has out of his pack and light it to try to sort of keep them away from Garrett and just push them towards potential other targets. You know, you don't want to be next to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will take a survival check here or an intimidation check.
We'll do survival. 16.
Okay, 16. You managed to crowd away the cats from Garrett. They seem to no longer consider Garrett as a possible food source, and they're going to deal with the other people now.
Sweet.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
No, I don't want to jump anywhere.
Okay. Your reaction will now replenish because your turn's over.
Okay.
Okay, Bam, it's your turn. Please be as detailed as you like and read out the stuff.
So Bam puts one foot in front of the other. No. Let's see. Bam will kind of look over, I guess, the situation. And the blue one was the one that attacked. So I think Bam will go after the blue one.
Okay.
With let's see what we got here. Let's do, for fun, let's do magic missile.
Oh, very nice. Okay. With magic missile, you basically get 3 missiles, and you can choose how you want to break it up.
Yeah.
So, the first one goes off. The creature's still up.
Okay, and then 2 more then.
Okay. Do you want to point them both at the same target?
You know what? I'll point one more at the blue one, and then I'll shoot one at the red one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it again. All right. So that's 5, 2, and then 4 damage. Okay, very good.
4 damage to the red one, and then the other 2 to the.
Yeah, what does your magic missile look like?
So, I think what happens is that Bam kind of just like twists his arms kind of in the air, and out kind of comes out like these purple, like, I guess like lightning bolts. They kind of like shoot into the air, and they'll kind of float in the air. And then as he's like in his mind deciding where he's going to throw it, he'll shoot his arms like this so that they both go into different directions. So 2 of them will shoot and then hit the blue, and then 1 will shoot and hit probably the red. I would assume probably somewhere near the neck or the face with both those shots.
Yeah, absolutely. They go crashing into the creatures here. And there's a howl of pain from the one with blue eyes, and the red one seems to steady itself and is just even more eager or hungry to time. Okay. Did you want to move at all?
I guess I'll move up a little bit to where Lyrinus and Clay was for that.
Okay.
And then just as clarification, do I mark off a spell slot for that?
Yes. Magic Missile is not a cantrip.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Next is Kolskeg. It is your turn.
Everyone hears Kolskeg kind of, he laughs. And then there's the sound of like, as he cracks his neck, and he goes in a deeper voice that isn't as playful or jovial as before. Finally. As he pulls his great axe from his back, and he's going to move. Can I pass through my allied spaces? Or
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move around to behind this crag cat over here.
Okay.
And Kolskeg, first of all, is going to rage.
Ooh.
As he will go ahead and do that.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Is there any kind of aesthetic or visual representation, or even does the air smell different around you? What do we see as you rage?
Kolskeg's pupils kind of like focus in as his rage kind of overtakes him. The grip on his axe tightens, his knuckles turn white even on his pale skin, and he just moves. His breathing is heavier. It's almost like a wild animal or a feral animal has taken over.
I love it. All right.
And he is going to wrap around from behind this crag cat here, and with this crag cat with a bloodied maw, and he will bring his great axe down on them. Would I get advantage from flanking, or?
We do not have flanking rules in our game, unfortunately.
Awesome. That is.
But you look really cool, especially when you roll really high. That is a hit. That is a hit. Their armor class is 13.
Okay. That is 5 slashing damage. And because I have I have the slasher feat, and I can post that if you'd like.
Yeah, please. Go ahead and read it out for me, please.
So I have, it gives a stat bonus, but also once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals slashing damage, you can reduce that target's speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. When you critically hit that, when you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage to a creature you previously wounded, until the start of your next turn, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. Didn't critically hit it, but its movement speed would be reduced by 10.
Absolutely.
as Kolskeg just, with a roar, just brings this great axe down and cuts deep into the, well, maybe not deep, but cuts into the crag cat nonetheless.
Okay. Hell yeah. It yowls in pain and it snarls. In the closeness, you can tell that this is a creature that has probably felled many people in the past. It seems to find the group of you to be not a threat at all. Learnus, it is your turn.
So between the two crag cats, the one with the blue eyes is looking a little more rough right now. Correct?
After the slash from Kolskeg, the bloodied one on the left is more damaged.
Okay. I would, in that case, like to swing my long sword, the bloodied.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm having issues with Beyond 20 yet again. For rolling to hit, it would be D20, correct? Plus
your strength or your dex, depending on the weapon. With a longsword, it's going to be strength.
Okay. And that would be the modifier beneath where it says hit/DC, correct?
Yes, that's to
Thank
hit.
you so much.
Oh, I think you also get proficiency bonus too.
Hmm.
Okay. At level 2, I believe your proficiency bonus is 2.
Oh.
Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, so it'll be another additional 2. Okay, so 21 does hit. So a longsword is a D8? D8, yep. So go ahead and roll me 1d8 plus your strength.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
What's your
my
strength?
bad. Yeah. Would it be the? It would be plus. My strength is 14, so it would be a +2.
Okay. In that case, it'll be 6 damage. You slash into it. It cries out, hungry for more. Anything else for you?
I'll just. Learnus will have noticed this crag cat's confidence, how it's seemed to have felled many people. And they will not say anything but lock on, as if to say, "No more creature, end you."
Okay.
And that's the end of my.
Okay. It is the crag cat's turns. The bloodied one will wheel around and try to hit Kolskeg. Does a 20 hit you?
No, because Kolskeg is mighty and his muscles bounce the claws off of his biceps. But they may leave a tiny mark on the bicep.
Alright. It leaves a tiny mark of 8 slashing damage, which I believe is reduced by half when you're raging.
Yes, it is halved while I am raging, yes.
Okay, so you take 4 tiny damage as that swipes at you, and then, let's see, 1, 2, 3. The crag cat will try to swipe at Clay. Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. Its maw tries to come down on you, but bounces off of your shield, unable to make purchase. It is your turn. Just to make things a little more interesting, since you seem to want to take a more pacifist route with the dealing of these creatures instead of just, boom, boom, smash. If you would like to do essentially what is like fear damage, like try to demoralize it and maybe encourage it to run away, You can roll a improvised weapon attack with your torch. And instead of like actually doing damage physically, we can consider it as like morale damage.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to do something else, you can do that too. Or if you want to boom boom, you can do that too.
Let's see. Well, this one's just focused on me, so Clay's not going to try to do something that doesn't involve.
Mm-hmm.
So he will take a swing with the torch at the one currently trying to eat him.
Okay, yeah. Armor class is 13.
How do improvised weapon rolls work?
So you just roll your strength. A 5 is not going to hit, unfortunately. You swing a little too wildly, and the crag cat very deftly dodges out of the way. You can tell that even though this creature is very large, it seems to be quite limber for its size.
I am going to take a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to use Shield Master. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. So I'm going to attempt to shove it away from us.
That's amazing. You're so tiny. Okay, let's do contested athletics checks here.
Small but strong.
Okay. 18.
Wee.
Oh!
Wow.
The strength.
So close. You didn't even have an athletics bonus. Okay.
Wow, that was a nat 20? Oh
That
no,
was a dirty
17 plus
20.
3. Yeah. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you push against your shield and you manage to push it back just a little. You can see that its claws push back in the snow, but it bowls forward and you're not able to shove it back as effectively as you wanted.
Can you use regular actions as bonus actions?
No. You can do it the other way around. You can use bonus actions as regular actions. And that's a house rule.
Okay. Well, shove is just a regular action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can just shove at any time. Well, then I'm action surging. Clay's going all in.
Okay.
And I'm shoving again. Round 2. Let's go.
Get 'em,
Okay.
let's go.
All right, it's a 10.
13.
I'm going all in. I'm using my nat 20 on this.
Okay. Describe to me what this looks like. You dig
So,
deep.
Clay is in a fierce, like, tug of war with this cat, both trying to overpower each other. But Clay has spring-loaded legs in being a rabbit. So with all their energy, they step back for a moment and just launch themselves at the cat as sort of a missile straight to the chest.
Okay. I love that. Hold on. I'm gonna roll something. If I roll low, this crag cat will be pushed down the mountain. Okay. No. 17. You push it back 5 feet.
We did it, boys. We win. Moral victory.
Woo! Let's go!
yeah,
I don't think Clay would have been
Pushed it
happy
even
if he
closer
pushed
to
it off the
me.
mountain.
It would have been fine. It would just wouldn't be in combat anywhere.
Okay.
Fallen off mountains before. It's a big cat.
Yeah. Okay, Bam, it's your turn.
All right. I think Bam kind of watches all this transpire, and he was impressed with the whole Clay just pushing back the thing or the cat, and he's like, all right, to conserve some spell slots, he's going to go ahead and just do Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
Which I believe
One
is,
with the bloodied maw or the one with blue eyes?
we'll go with you know what? I was focusing my attack on the blue, so let's go with the blue.
Okay. It fails against your DC 12 wisdom save, so it takes 12 necrotic damage. Wow.
Yep.
Holy shit.
This is a lot.
Oh, you can't believe you gave it the stinky damage.
Wow. You see this creature here being affected by some kind of magic. After it gets shoved back, you hear like a grunt of pain as it hunkers down, some sort of invisible force coming out from the direction of Bam, affecting it. Kolskeg, it is your turn.
Excellent. I will do the same thing that I did before, which is be very angry and hit this giant cat thing.
Hey. Which
I'll
one?
take that.
Whoa!
I'll take that every day of the
No,
week.
the power of
That's
anger.
a nat 20. Let's
The power of
go!
anger.
Woo!
So that is
Ooh.
5 plus 8. But I also get the +2 from my from raging as well.
Mm-hmm. And you
So
also get the slasher grievously
Yes.
wound it.
Disadvantage on the red one here.
Man eater.
Oh, tell me what this looks like.
Wow.
You actually took it out.
Oh well, that
Let's
is
go.
also something I can do. He would bury the axe into this thing's like back as he slams it home. Just like completely lost in fighting, and just rip it free and look at the other crag cat and laugh and like bellow a challenge.
All right. The creature tumbles down, crumpling, defeated. Learness, it is your turn.
Learness would let's see, I'm guessing the blue-eyed Craig cat is still within 30 feet within my movement, so I would move next to it and again roll for an attack with my longsword.
Okay. So if your strength is a +2, then you would roll a 1d20 +4.
Okay. Hey.
8 will unfortunately not hit. You see, as the crag cat recovers from the spell that Bam had cast on it and sees you coming forward, it dives out of the way. Anything else for you?
Would shoving be a bonus action?
Shoving is a full action, unfortunately.
It's bonus for me because of Shield Master.
Okay, then I will on my turn.
Okay. The crag cat will try to claw at you. Actually, it's going to try to bite you, Learness. Chomp. It rolls an
Yum.
8. That's probably a miss.
It absolutely is a miss.
Clay, it's your turn.
So Clay has made distance. The cat is surrounded. Learnus is in front of him. So Clay's going to fall back and try to tend to Garrett.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Wow.
Holy
Let's go.
shit, that's a nat
22.
20. Okay, amazing.
I think Clay like ends up rummaging through their pouch for something to use as a bandage, and maybe finds like an old discarded poultice that was buried at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
just to help stabilize the cut.
Okay. Yeah, in fact... Actually, that's good. Okay, yeah, you begin to work your administrations on the injury, and you can see that Garrett exhales a breath of relief, instantly seeming to find comfort from this effort.
Ooh.
Okay. Bam, it's your turn.
I think Bam's gonna try again to. Well, let's see. Let me hold on. Yeah, no, I'll just do told it.
Okay. So roll a wisdom saving throw. It rolled a 21.
Damn it.
Smarter now. It's learning.
Damn it.
This is a cantrip, so unfortunately, because of the save, it does nothing. The spell fizzles out. Kolskeg, it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay. I have a very simple pattern here, and that is to swing my great axe.
Very good. Swing away. 18's a
That
hit.
is 18 to hit. Dealing 14 slashing damage as 16.
Yeah, tell
Ugh.
me what this looks like.
Once again, Kolskeg just brings the axe down and like chops into this thing's shoulder before bringing it out, ripping his axe free, and then just kind of like looking around, his eyes still like kind of crazed, as he's just kind of like lost in this fog.
As the second cragcat falls, there's an eerie quiet over this plateau. You can hear the sounds of Kolskeg breathing heavily as he is bloodily looking around for something to fight. You hear Garrett gasping, and he looks to you, Clay. And he looks to you and he says, Those were cragcats. They're known to be slayer of men. Hunters of men.
Clay thinks for a moment about the small baby crag cat he has, but doesn't say anything about it, and instead says, "You really shouldn't talk, but just try to save your breath for now."
This, he gestures down to where you've tended to him. This has helped a lot. I'm sorry to ruin your blanket. He says, looking over to Learnus, and you can see his blood is already soaking through what you've wrapped him in.
Learnus would look with a very empathetic look in their eyes and say, "Think nothing of it. I'm glad we made it to you in time."
Indeed. I can see. That boy must have brought you all this way. You can see Boy is trying to lick the blood off of his face and nuzzle him, trying to get under the blanket.
You have a very loyal companion. Boy ran all the way to Targos, where he found us and took us to Keegan, who let us know of your...
Oh. The gods bless me. I hope that they too bless those that I was meant to guide here through Calvin's Cairn. And he looks up the mountain. I was not alone in my journey here. Have you found the others?
Sadly, no. Did you see them taken or anything?
I haven't seen anything. I don't know what has befallen them. I don't even know how long I've been laying here.
Of course, I apologize. At that, Learnus would become not completely detached, but a little bit distant, and would begin to start looking around the area to see if there were any signs of footprints or bodies having been dragged up the mountain through the snow.
So as you're kind of standing up to disengage and look around, before you can pull further away, you see Garrett reach forward and grab you on the arm gently, very weakly. His fingers are shaking on you. He says, "But I wish to give you a token of my appreciation. This isn't... This, I knew that this wouldn't help me. It's not a poultice of healing, per se, but maybe you can use it, or you can find one of the ones that I was guiding. Perhaps they might need it." You have drawn the key card.
Ooh.
He hands you a small, squat container. It is cylindrical in shape and it has a cork top to it. And you hold it up to your nose and you can smell that there is something earthy within. There's definitely some kind of viscous fluid found within as well.
And I can tell it's used for some sort of healing purpose, or...
Perhaps. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Okay, nature. Oh boy, I have a -1 in the... One moment, please.
Take your time. Okay, a 9. You're not quite sure. It definitely smells like the poultice that Clay used, but not exactly the same. This one's a little more spicy.
Okay.
But just above board, you don't know what it's for, but they said that it's not a healing potion. Above game, it is an elixir of health. You can go ahead and add that to your inventory.
Upon smelling it, and while Lyrinus can absolutely wrap a bandage around a wound, when it comes to healing or administering anything like that to others, they are very out of their depth. So Lyrinus would actually kneel down and give this to Clay and say, "Think you'd better hold on to this. You're much better at treating people than I am, as is evident here." And they'd look over to Garrett and say, "You're very lucky that Clay was here. He also saved me when I was death's door."
I am fortunate that all of you have made it this far. And you can see that he is trying to stand up.
Kolskeg, as his breathing starts returning to normal, and he blinks and look around and sees Garrett injured on the ground. Something kind of pulls at him as he reaches down and places a hand on his shoulder. And there's a steady kind of blue light that glows from his palm onto Garrett's shoulder as I'll dip into my lay on hands pool, and I'll use 2 points lay on
Okay.
hands to kind of heal, and it might not re-stitch his wounds, but it at least heals, starts the process at the very least.
You all visibly see that he begins to breathe a little softer. He stands a little straighter here as Kolskeg clasps his hand on him. He says, "Oh, I'm very fortunate to have been found by the group of you. You have helped me recover some of my strength. I will need it. I intend to climb the mountain and find those that have been lost. It was my charge my duty to bring them here safely, and I have failed them.
You've not failed them yet. They still can be.
That is my hope.
And while we were tasked to bring you back to Keegan, I'm sure he understands how serious you take your work. I don't know about my friends, but I am more than happy to escort you up the mountain further.
Was there more cats up there?
Not that I knew, not that I know. I'm sure there are some lurking in the mountains, but it's impossible to say what lives where.
I'm in.
Stella.
Yes?
So Clay is still like gently cradling this red bubbly potion with both paws.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up around a lot of adventurers and around a lot of taverns. Is there something I could roll to see if he's heard of like rumors of what it could be, if not exact information?
So this is kind of common. So from what you've described, you would probably know exactly what this is. An elixir of health. When you drink this potion, it cures of any disease afflicting you, and it removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions. The clear red liquid has tiny bubbles of light in it. So as soon as you pop the cork off and you look in it, you see the bubbles of light, and you know exactly what it is.
Clay very gently puts it in the safest corner of his pouch that he can.
In the
Turns
bubble
back
wrap pouch?
Yeah. Just just makes a little bowl out of the rope and just hides it in there. And then he turns to Lyranus and goes, I think this is for diseases and whatnot.
Oh. A very good thing to have. Hopefully we won't need to use it in the near future, but it'll be a boon.
Clay nods at that and extinguishes the torch for the moment.
Okay. We'll say that a total of almost 4 hours have passed by now. You have spent quite a bit of time here on the mountain, and the cold is gathering on your clothes, on your face, in your beard, and your fur. And you look up and you can see there's still quite a bit of mountain left to climb. When you look at Garrett, you can tell that he's not well. He's not actively bleeding anymore, but he stumbles as he begins to try to walk up the mountain.
I'm thinking we may need to set up camp for the night.
Lyranus, at that suggestion, would be very conflicted.
Lyranus, as you have mentioned that you've probably climbed snowy mountains before, you would know that the less time that you spend up here is generally the better. Especially because you don't want to be caught up here at night, because it's going to be even more cold.
Yes. I can understand absolutely why you would suggest that way, but mountains, especially this high up, are not just wrought with danger of creatures and possibility of falling off when the sun sets. It will be even colder here because of the elevation. I highly suggest that we try to find Garrett's charges as quickly as possible and get back down the mountain with the same haste.
Yeah.
And
I nods a bit slowly at that.
Lyranus would then look toward Garrett and just again look at them with the most empathic look they can and say, I understand that these people are your charges. I understand the responsibility of escorting, guarding those that you've become responsible for. But even through Clay and Kolskig's help, I really would not suggest that you try to travel anymore. Further, I really think it would be the best if you conserve as much energy as possible and try to find a safe place to conserve your...
Okay, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check here.
Here we go.
Wow, 25. Okay.
Talk at that man.
They nod and they say, I wouldn't be doing any service in this state. Perhaps one of them is at the base camp.
Do you feel confident that you can make it back down to the base camp on your own, or would you need someone with you?
He gently pats the side of Boy, who has been inseparable since they've been reunited, and he says, I think I will be just fine with Boy. I'll be at the base camp. But promise me, please, that you will try to recover all three of them. Or at least learn of what has become of them.
Learnus will put their gauntleted hand on their chest and sort of give a head bow and say, promise you it will be done. And anyone who is near them will again see that strange glint of light from the bicep area of their armor.
Okay. And they look over to Bam as well, nodding.
Before Garrett can try to move off, Clay is going to grab at their sleeve and pull it a couple times.
Oh, yes.
And then, looking up at them with wide eyes, they hold up a bundle of torches and a tinderbox.
Oh, thank you. Is this for me?
It's gonna be mighty cold. You might end up needing to make a fire. It's all I got.
Yes, thank you. He accepts the bundle. And he says, looking to the three of you, the explorers, there were three of them. Mokingo, Growling Bear, Akanathi is a Goliath, the leader of this crew that I was hired to guide. With him was Perlu Fishfinger, a halfling that was perhaps their best friend. They were very close. And there was also a tiefling by the name of Astrix. I don't know her story.
We will do our best to recover everyone, and for whatever reason we can't, we'll at least figure out what happened.
Thank you.
But even if we have to pick them up physically, we'll bring them back.
I would understand if you can't bring them back physically. Please don't put yourselves in any more unnecessary danger The last thing we need is more lives taken by this Cairn. But I do appreciate the effort.
You don't gotta worry. You can count on me. I'm real strong.
You see him laughing, and he holds his gut in pain as he laughs. And he begins to move down the mountain with Boy.
So, all right. I guess we're gonna climb up this mountain.
Okay.
And Bam will start, I guess, lead and start climbing up the mountain, or climbing further up the mountain.
All right. As you are continuing up, you find a path that you have to zigzag your way up the mountain, and you have to cling to narrow ledges and scale icy cliffs. I need an athletics check from everyone.
No, athletics.
17 for Clay.
Very good.
Wow. 21.
21 for
So
Bam,
muscles.
18 from Kolskeg,
Muscle.
and we'll catch up with Learnus in a little bit. So as the group of you are making your way up, you find that your pace slows dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to climb this, but you're making good time. I need another round. Go ahead and roll another round of athletics checks.
All right.
So
10 for Clay.
12.
Oh my god,
alright.
Bam is so strong.
What the hell?
Bam is just charging up.
You
the
just
mountain.
we just watched Bam like stepping across the mountain, calves fully exposed, veins.
All right, y'all are making good time. All right, one final check to climb the mountain here. Athletics, please.
This is where I fall off.
Uh-oh. 6 for Clay.
Okay. 21 from Kolskeg, 16 Bam, Learnus with a 22. Y'all crush it, but you find that as you are climbing and climbing and climbing, Clay begins to drag behind. Even though you failed the check, everything's fine. It just wastes time here. And you find that you have been here on this mountain for almost 8 hours now. And it is getting to be evening time. Up ahead, you see a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth. There's blood on the snow some distance from the cave entrance.
That cave might hold answers.
I would go forward to investigate, because clearly this is not dangerous, this is just red paint on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're all going away.
So, I want everyone to describe to me what your approach looks like here as you see this very ominous cave with blood in front of it.
Brunch.
I think Bam's initial thoughts probably would be that it's either possibly blood from the people we're looking for, or the blood of the person we just saved. Maybe they were also being mauled and attacked. Because would it be safe to assume that the lions that we just fought, or the cats we just fought, were right near here?
Maybe. This is a couple hours up the mountain, though.
Okay.
Can I do a survival or a perception check to sort of dig around and see if there's foot, paw prints, or like drag marks anywhere near the blood?
Yeah, do it.
Can I do the same?
Yeah.
11.
Okay. Clay with the 11 survival, there are tracks. It has been snowing, so they're kind of obscured. It's hard to make out, but they don't look like paw prints. You can tell something has been dragged inside. With a 19, Bam, you don't see any evidence that the crag cats were here.
If no one stops him, Polskeg would just make his way towards the entrance of the cave. With his battle axe kind of drawn, carrying it ready, but moving towards the entrance of the cave nonetheless.
Goldskeg, just be a little careful. If we do find the people we're looking for, depending on how they are, they might be a little disoriented. So try not to just go attack the first thing you see.
How dark is the cave?
Dark.
Oh yes.
Clay pulls out their last torch and kind of holds it out. Can anyone light this for me?
I can.
Sorry to hold it out to Bam.
I think we discussed this before, but does create
You have
bonfire
prestidigitation?
No. I have something. I thought I had something I could use. Maybe it wasn't.
Let me check.
Oh, on the ground. Oh, no. Well, maybe I can't.
Well, you could create a bonfire and I could just stick the torch head into it.
Okay, I mean that's true. I can just do that then, yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll put it in chat. But my thought was just to point at the stick and just do fire, but like if I had, but it says you create it on the ground, so I would have just assumed I'd point to the ground in front of me, then you can just.
It ignites flammable objects, so.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, you can't do create bonfire sneakily is the thing, right? So you create a bonfire, a magical fire appears on the ground, and Clay, you're able to use it to light your torch.
Clay will stay by Kolskeg, who's leading the front then.
Yeah. Polskeg would definitely be leading the front.
Okay. You see that this cave has a 20-foot high concave roof. Most of the floor has fallen away, forming a chasm easily 80 feet deep. All that's left of the floor is a rocky ledge and a natural stone bridge up ahead. You see that there is ice that spans the southern part of the chasm. As you're coming up towards the fork here. So you can move all the way up here without any problems.
Oh.
I believe you said
Oh,
that.
I'm being stepped on.
Cold kick.
I believe you said that
He's
you
just
have.
gonna continue unless anyone stops him. If he's not stopped, he's just gonna keep going.
Illyrinus is talking.
Oh, sorry.
Lyrinus, on the other hand, will be talking to Bam and saying, I believe you have said that you experience studying caves. Unlike our eager friend, I would absolutely want to defer to you in this.
Yes, I've done different caves and such such. I don't know if I've ever done one like this before, but it's, as Bam kind of looks around at it, it looks similar to other ruins and such that I have come into. Just be very careful, Kolskeg. Be very careful of just possible traps or something else. There's ice over there, so there's possibility that there's probably ice in other places.
How thick does the ice look? Does it look stable or does it look cracked?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Nature. I'm good at that. Hey, 12. Clay's peeking out over at it.
It looks like it's safe to cross.
There could always be something across this.
Well, you said that you said that you think the ice is manageable.
Well, for me at least.
With a 12 nature, you can see that it's about a foot thick. So if you wanted to collapse it by crushing it or attacking it to break it, you could definitely do that. But it's safe to cross as long as you're not wild.
I think as long as we're pretty careful about it.
Well, what do you both think? I'm good with traversing either area.
I mean, I'm wearing armor. I don't know if I'll break the bridge going across it or not. Maybe.
As long as you don't jump up and down on it, you'll be fine.
Well, that takes the fun out of it.
I don't think that's the priority.
Mm-mm.
Clay is going to test out crossing it very carefully.
Yeah, you can get across no problem.
That was pretty easy.
You're pretty sure Kolskeg, Lyranus, Bam, they're not going to have trouble going across it.
Well, that settles it for me then. I'll go across the ice then.
Plot twist, Bam breaks through.
No,
No, you're fine.
How dare you?
Across too. Kolskeg kind of moves quick when he goes across it, though.
Does he do like an ice skating motion?
No. He's like
The swan on the ice.
Swan.
He like
Fairness.
looks down as he's crossing. And you see him like tense up, and he kind of moves quicker.
Lyranus will seem very visibly nervous, but after a deep breath, they will very gingerly but quickly
Okay.
And we're all across.
Yay.
Okay.
It looks like we made it.
Moving ahead, you see that the path is kind of cut short. You see that there appears to be a ledge that you can climb if you wanted. The floor of the cave goes up higher. And there's an uneven ceiling further up.
How high is this ledge?
It is about 10 feet.
All right, cool. I'm gonna use rabbit hop. As a bonus action, you can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus without provoking opportunity attacks. My proficiency bonus is 2, which is exactly 10 feet.
This is amazing, and I will
That's
show
great.
you why.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
This is the worst possible thing you could have done.
Hell yeah!
Yes. Good job, V.
Call of the void, baby!
Vertigo Chaos.
But at least it's no attack of opportunity. There's that.
Vertigo best option. Oh, this sounds like not battle music.
Ooh.
This
I
doesn't
like
sound
it.
ominous at all.
Nope.
Fantastic!
We love it.
This means there's friends up there.
Totally.
Oh
Okay.
boy!
Boing! Okay. Lyranus is probably closer. Oh, great. Hold on.
Kolskeg would yell
Quick,
up
I need another 20.
he's not subtle, and be like, "Is there anything up there?"
I love it. I love it. Okay, hold on. Let me describe what you see. Okay, you bounce your way up there, right? And you appear to be in some kind of a den. You see a very strange sight. The ceiling here is uneven and it ranges from a height of 10 to 20 feet. And you see that there is an adult Yeti right in front of you, watching her child, what appears to be a little Yeti tyke, playing with a Lightfoot halfling dressed in cold weather clothing and curled up in a fetal position. You can see that the Yeti tyke is pushing her around like she's a ball, and you can hear from the cries that this halfling is still alive.
Am I directly behind this thing?
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Would it
I
be an
clicked it.
advantage because I yelled? Is there anything up there? Distract.
Would it be a disadvantage because of the torch?
Oh, you're still holding the torch?
Oh, my goodness.
21, unless it's at disadvantage, in which case it's 14.
It's a 14. Hold on. I'm gonna roll a perception check. I rolled a 7. Okay,
Wow.
this is perfect. So you are holding this torch. You see the Yeti, and you can see the Yeti turns its head away from watching its child, and it looks in the direction of Kolskeg. Clay, what are you doing? It doesn't seem to have noticed you.
I am going to I am going to
You are
rabbit
in...
hop again.
Okay.
Well, first off, I can move while in here, like in the threat range, right?
Yeah, you just can't leave the threat range.
All right, so I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
And I am going to rabbit hop over a couple feet over here, away from that.
Okay.
And
All right, I'm gonna pause you there.
uh-huh.
Let's get everyone in initiative. Make sure you select your token.
Oh boy.
This is my favorite part.
Right. So my initiative is 24.
Damn. All right.
So is mine.
Oh boy, again.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, one moment. Going to add.
Playing
Oh,
fucking Metal Gear Solid over here.
All right, wow. Clay is at the top of the order.
Metal hat solid.
All right. I'm going to pull out the last of the rations I have, and I'm gonna try to distract the baby Yeti with it
Okay.
by throwing it. How do you ping?
Hold.
Here?
With the first.
There we go. All right, so we just toss the rations there to distract the Yeti.
Okay.
Hmm.
Roll me an animal handling check. This will be your
21.
action. Okay, very good. You throw food and you see the Yeti tyke raise its head up, and it stops fucking around with this halfling and moves its attention to whatever you just threw.
All right, I'm gonna whisper to the. Is the halfling conscious?
Yeah. She
I'm
looks
gonna
at you
whisper
with
to
bewildered
the
eyes.
halfling, we gotta get out of here right now.
All right, I'll run on my turn.
This is the most oblivious mother ever.
Let's see. I used my bonus action. I used my movement. I used my action, and we have not rested.
Nope.
So, that's it for me.
Bam. You you see moving so that it peers over you from the ledge. There is a gargantuan yeti. You don't see Clay at all.
Oh.
A bellowing roar erupts out from this yeti. It seems extremely determined to keep you out of its den.
Holskeg smiles at the roar and giggles excitedly. Finally!
Oh no!
You just
All right.
fought earlier.
Not the blood craze.
Considering Bam doesn't know exactly the whole thing of what happened with Clay.
You can sort of see the torch like fading in the distance as light goes away
Yeah.
from you guys.
Oh yeah, y'all are
Yeah.
in darkness right now.
I think I'm good though.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I have dark vision.
Nope.
I do have dark vision. Yep.
Okay. You can see just fine. Everything is grayscale when you're in dark vision.
Yeah, it's just gray. Yeah. I guess because Clay, he does not exactly know exactly what's going on. With everything, he's gonna try and use Toll of the Dead on it.
Okay.
On the Yeti. It can reach that far, can it? 10 feet.
Yes.
Up
Yep.
from where? Okay.
Absolutely. You
Alright.
see the creature.
Okie dokie.
I always pick the best option.
Yo. Okay. DC 12. It rolled a 4. It takes the full damage. So you see how there's 2 numbers, zombie? The first
Yeah.
one, if you hover over it, is a D12. For Toll the Dead, when something's already hurt, it takes the D12 damage, and if something isn't hurt, it takes the 1d8 damage, which is on the right. So in this case, it takes 8 damage here.
Okay.
So that's
like,
how
in
that
the-
works.
Okay, so in the future, well, I just clicked on it and both numbers showed up.
Yeah,
but...
yeah, yeah. I'm just letting you
um,
know what they mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
You did everything perfectly. Okay, it takes
Okay.
8 points of necrotic damage here, and it roars again.
And then do yeah, okay. I've got 30 feet of movement. Is it distracted enough that I can try and climb up the ledge?
Yeah, you could absolutely climb up if you want. It is 10 feet up. I'm gonna count it as difficult terrain.
Fine.
Because then you don't have to use an action. So essentially, once you climb up, you basically don't have any movement.
That's fine. I figured that would be all my movement, but okay. I think that's everything.
All right.
Hey, welcome to the den.
Yeah, when you get up on the den, you see everything. You can see a baby yeti in the back eating, just tearing down some rations, and then you see this halfling running away with Clay. It's her turn.
All right.
She is going to use her action to disengage, and she's just gonna run the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's just running the fuck out of here. Kolska, it's your turn.
Kolskeg does not have dark vision, but he's heard something roar twice. It sounded big. He's very excited. He's gonna scale this wall using 20 feet of movement.
Okay.
Get up here. Doesn't really pay attention to the Yeti child. Just sees the big Yeti in front of him,
Mhm.
and like, kind of giggles excitedly. As he will once again rage. This time less angrily and more just like excited for to fight. And his eyes kind of focus, and again his grip tightens on his battle axe as he's gonna do what he does best. And while there's like this big smile on his face, he's going to take a big swing with his big great axe.
Love it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, because there's no light sources here, it makes sense to me that you have a good sense of what's like within 5 feet of you. So I'm not gonna do any penalties, but if you're trying to attack something beyond 5 feet from you, then you're gonna be at disadvantage unless there's a light source.
Yeah.
Okay, so 24 is a hit.
Okay. That is 10 points of slashing damage as Kolskeg just brings his axe down like after he gets up, and there's like this smile, and he like laughs and brings it down into the Yeti.
Yeah, it cries out in pain. You see that its hands are the size of your head. Anything else? Oh, no, that was everything. It's the Yeti's turn.
Oh boy.
Oh, someone's about to be deady.
Hey.
Oh my god.
If someone else gives me a nat 20, I shove it into the hole. Just a tiny little rabbit shoving this giant. Uh-oh.
We'll have some dramatic imagery.
Oh, the pose.
I don't like this.
Immersion, you know? Just like...
The unit.
You gotta see how terrifying this is, right? You gotta see it to feel it. You see this gargantuan creature in front of you. It has these large, thick horns and fanged teeth. Pig-like snout and these massive claw-like hands that could easily rend flesh. It looks at you with its piercing gaze, Kolskeg. It will use Chilling Gaze. You must do a Constitution saving throw DC 13 or take 3d6 cold damage and be paralyzed for 1 minute unless you are immune to cold damage.
It's a 10. I fail.
You fail. Describe to me what this looks like as this icy gaze from this creature just roots you in place.
Yeah, Kolskeg, like, brings, as he's, like, giggling because he's excited, he goes to, like, reel his axe back again, and as he's swinging in, his body just, like, locks up, and you just see, like, a thin sheet of ice cover him, freezing him in place. You
hear the fine, soft crackle of ice as it begins to frost over you. Okay, it will...
3d6 damage?
Yeah.
Holy shit, the bottom of paralysis.
Yep. Okay, this is bad, y'all. Alright, so you take 14 cold damage. How many hit points do you have? Okay, great. It has a multi-attack, y'all. It's going to try to claw you.
Takes 2 claw attacks.
Okay,
I'm raged, so it's okay.
Yeah.
11 does not hit me.
Okay. It rolls with advantage, so it's a 16.
That just hits me.
Okay.
Then that's a critical hit.
That's 10. The 5 full damage is not good. That is 5. I'm down.
Okay. You see Bam very up close and personally as this creature claws down onto Kolskeg. Kolskeg crumples to the ground.
Oh, man.
It sees you, and it's going to try to hit you. It's an 18 hit you.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 8 slashing damage and 3 cold damage.
Okay.
Yep.
Hold on. 8 plus 3.
That is 11 damage.
Cool. I am -1.
Okay. You go
Oh
down.
my god. How am I the only one who's okay from this?
Because you snuck away.
Yeah.
Yeti doesn't know you're here.
Learnus.
Use some of the natural 20s too. I was like, I should use a natural 20, not have to roll here. Plus 6 to con.
This seems like the kind of
fine.
fight to use natural 20s on.
Learnus, it's your turn. You hear screaming and the sound of bodies thudding. Not
So when
too
you
far
say-
from you.
When you say, like, I know that this is up on a 10-foot ledge. Learnus is above 6 feet, though, has dark vision. Have I seen anything, or...
You see the Yeti, you see Kolskeg slap the shit out of the Yeti and then go down.
He gets slapped back.
Did I see what happened to Bam?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a very, very important question.
Uh-huh.
Help can stabilize a downed character, right?
No.
No. Help is essentially giving someone advantage.
Okay.
To save a downed character,
Yeah.
you have to do a medicine check.
Okay.
Or do some form of healing. 1 hit point of healing will get someone up.
All right. I am too used to Baldur's Gate rules. Let's see. I'm so conflicted right now because I do have a +1 medicine. And I want to help my friends, but at the same time, the
You
Yeti...
realistically couldn't do like first aid on someone, in engagement range of a Yeti.
Yeah,
So-
because you couldn't.
True.
Because, like, if you stayed down there and you healed them, you'd be like doing like this, right? Even being 6 foot tall, you'd be reaching up and using your pinkies and the tips of your fingers to try to sew them
And
back
you'd be
together.
like, anything at you would probably be at like advantage because you are fully devoting yourself to.
Yeah, so you get the sense
True.
that is probably not an option. So
Right.
I will tell you what is an option though.
Hmm.
We can end the session here, and maybe Aeolus and Emmeline can help save us next
I
know how to
wholeheartedly agree with this, please.
I know how to save us.
All
but-
right.
Uh,
This is where we are going to. Well, hold on. Before we end this session, Clay, you hear screaming behind you. It's not your turn. You can't really react yet. Well, what do we see on your face? What are you doing?
Clay is worried at first. He sees both of his friends go down, but besides that, there's a determination that springs up. You see like a glint in his eyes for a moment.
And that's where we're going to end our session for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Are we going to TPK? Very possible. We'll just have to tune in into our next Rime of the Frostmaiden to find out. Before we end the session for today, we are going to go around and reintroduce our people at the table. Please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the session was today. And we'll start off with V.
Hello, I'm V, or Vertigo Cross. I'm a Twitch streamer. I like to play a variety of games, really whatever I feel like at the time. If you ever want to find out some new games you maybe didn't know about, come check me out. As far as my favorite part of today's session, I mean, it's easily jumping up on top of the ledge and being in a Yeti den.
Great, that was also my favorite part. Thank you. We'll pop on over to Schroeder.
my heart is racing and I'm kind of anxious, but this has been very, very interesting. I am Schroeder. I play Larinus. We both use they them pronouns. My favorite part of the session is that we found Garrett and that we are going to totally reunite two hubbies during Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everyone. This is great. I want to do more of this. I'm on Twitter. If you know about shows, talk to me. This is great.
Thank you so much.
Emmy and Aeolus, help, please.
Help! We'll pop on over to Apollyon.
Hi everybody, I'm Apollyon, also the literal chaotic stupid barbarian that is Kolskeg, and all of his adorableness. I can be found once again on Start Playing. I run campaigns there. I am a DM. I would love to have some of you in one of my campaigns. You can go ahead and jump on over there and check it out. I would love that. My favorite part of tonight would definitely be Kolskeg finally moving straight into trouble and just getting hit by it. The situation I imagine with that Yeti is like in a TV show where someone hits the boss and then it just kind of chuckles and is my turn. It's exactly what just happened. He just got hit with a my turn and then bam, got hit with it too because
Yep.
Still my turn.
Yep. That multi-attack.
Yeah, that was my favorite part for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. And then Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ. And whatever your name said to call me, I am the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, so that's up to your own discretion. I play Bam Nash, who is currently resting in snow. We will see where all this goes for everybody. I mean, obviously the hop was my favorite part of the session, but not to be so repetitive. Another favorite part, I thought, because I was always wondering if we would ever get to one of these moments. I can't get over Stella using 3 cards at once. Just the triple whammy, boom, boom, boom.
On top of an avalanche.
On top of an avalanche.
Hey,
Clay had a
look,
bad moment.
we have been sitting on these cards for so long, and I try really hard not to make them hella random. Right?
No,
yeah,
it was really good. I personally was hoping there would be a moment at some point that you could canonically make sense to throw a bunch of cards at once, because I always thought it would be funny to go, well, you're down, here's a card, like
yeah, when I'm prepping for these sessions, it's really hard to like try to premeditate how to apply these cards. For some of them, I'm like, yeah, I absolutely know how I want to use this long term, like something that I'm going to spin into the story. And some of them, you just have to like kind of go on the fly, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Especially the break or lose things cards.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, Clay's going to make an interesting decision here? All right, great. Let's play some cards.
Play some cards.
Yeah.
But if you would be so inclined as to follow me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89, that'd be fantastic. If you do, you will see my pinned tweet is a business card made by the lovely Lady May. I do video editing, audio editing, Twitch clipping. If that is something that you or anybody else would be very much interested in, I am available for being hired, and I would very much appreciate it. Also, one more shout out to Dungeon Dame's awesome designs of shirts. Put the link in the chat. There we go. Go get yourself shirts. They are amazing. And you can support whatever you're playing. Like I like to wear the wizard shirt when I play wizard. So that kind of fun stuff.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, Melly was unable to join us, but you can find all of their links there in the chat. And I'm still Luna. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back with Rime of the Frostmaiden, not next week, but the week afterwards, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you then. Bye, everybody.